I was born in Albany, Kentucky, which is a real small town in southern Kentucky on the Tennessee line. My mom and dad lived in a little house on the property of his great-grandfather's farm. Don't remember a whole lot other than I was around my grandmother, my dad's mother. She was a big part of my life. When I was 3, they moved to Florida, to Lakeland, Florida. He always said he really was going to go to California to work, but when they got to Lakeland, they ran out of money, so they had to stay and he had to get a job. I lived there all my life. I went to Florida Southern and graduated there. My dad's dad passed away when he was real young. I know he was a one-room school teacher and a principal, and then his mom she always made me walnut fudge when she knew I was coming. Oh, that was so good. She was just kind of fun to be with. And she let me go pick the eggs under the chickens. That was fun. And one time I was at her house, and I wandered off to the barn, like probably a 5-year-old or something kid. Didn't realize the danger of picking up a baby pig. Not a good idea. I picked up that pig, which started squealing, and then the mama started squealing, and I had locked the gate so they wouldn't get out, so I didn't drop the stupid pig. I should have. I hung on to that pig, and everybody was squealing. The pig, me, the mama, and my dad had to come running up there and save me and get the baby pig to satisfy the mama. And my dad was James, or JB. He was a good-looking, well-built guy, kind of a ladies' man. And my mother was always so prissy. She was from the city. Everything was prim and proper with her. And, fine china and crystal. And Mother really didn't work. She worked some when we moved to Lakeland at Moss Brothers. But for the most part, she was a housewife. She made a lot of my clothes. She'd go to town and let me look to see what I liked, and she would design the pattern and make it just like it. I just felt like I had a little dog, Frisky, and everything was just great. Went to school, had friends in the neighborhood, and I was an only child. Didn't think I could leave home. I just decided to go to Florida Southern because it was a hometown college, and I majored in education, and I taught math for 30 years. And Mother said, every weekend you came home. Little mama's girl, I guess. I taught student teaching in Orlando, and that's where I met her best dad. So we dated, for a while when I finished student teaching, and it wasn't long after that, then we got married in June. He was an officer in the Air Force. So we went to Germany for 3 years. My parents thought they were going to die. If you called over there, it was like $50 for 3 minutes to call. And so we sent little cassette tapes back and forth. After about a year being there, my parents came over for a month. And we had a little Karmann Ghia, Volkswagen Karmann Ghia. I have no idea how my mom and I sat in that back little cubby hole of a back seat. Her dad and my dad sat in the front and navigated through Europe, places we wanted to go. And we went through, down through the Black Forest and then over Switzerland, the Swiss Alps, and down to Lucerne. And we also went to Belgium and Luxembourg, and we went to Brussels, and we went to Italy, to Rome and Milano, and everything was an adventure because it was so exciting to see, the country and all of their unusual buildings and beautiful windows and cathedrals. And I got pregnant with Beth, and our last trip that we took, we went to Sweden and Norway, and it was in February is really cold, bad time to be driving a little Karmann Ghia up there. The roads were really rough, and I guess I was 7 months pregnant, and the military made me go home. After we took that trip, then I had to fly back home by myself. I had my bag of German wine, and I had to carry that with me. And my mom and dad thought, poor little thing, there she is so pregnant and carrying this bag of wine. We just laughed and had a biggest time. My mom and dad always laughed a lot.